Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day. How do you vote?
I like the 5 laws.
Because
It seems it would help us get unstuck with belief systems that we might have. Um, Things like we can't move on to something new because of what has happened in the past. And the 5 laws would help us recreate the past from the present.
all right. Thank you very much. Anything else you would like to discuss?
Um,
Speak up and be bold so that all may hear what you have to share.
I'm curious to know if you can give me a perspective on what you see, on how you view me, or
We view energy patterns, whichever ones that you allow us to perceive that are relevant to whatever information we may or may not need to give you.
is there any message from my guides or higher self that
Yes.
you might see?
Act on your highest passion.
Thank you.
Trust how your life unfolds. Trust the synchronicity in your life as being messages from your guides often.
Thank you.
Anything else you think you need to know?
Is there anything you can tell me about my fear of spiders?
Do you feel caught in a web?
Sometimes, yes.
You feel stuck?
Yes.
With what?
Maybe something related to I want to do something, but I don't know how to.
Why would you let that stop you? Do you not believe that you know how to find out how to do something? If you don't know how to do something, you always know how to find out how to do something, don't you?
Yes.
Well, then what's stopping you?
I don't know yet. That's
Sure
something
you
I'll
do.
find out.
Sure you do. What's stopping you? I'll ask the question in a different way, and perhaps you will see that you do know. What's the worst thing you're afraid might happen if you in fact did act on your passion? What do you fear would happen if you simply allowed yourself to be who you preferred to be and do the things you preferred to do? What are you afraid will happen?
There's nothing that I can think of.
Come on.
I might just get what I want.
And if you get what you want, then what?
That would be really good.
It will be what?
It would be good. That's what I want.
And that's what you're afraid of? You're not really being honest. If you feel that you are hesitating to act on your highest passion, then you are hesitating because you are afraid of something. What are you afraid of? What do you imagine will happen negatively if you act on your highest passion? Are you afraid you will cut yourself off from your friends, your family, your society if you become someone too different? Or are you afraid of something else? Are you afraid to try because you're afraid you might fail?
That may be it.
Why do you have a definition that you would fail? If things didn't turn out the way that you imagined, so what? Do you not understand that it isn't the result that's important, but the willingness to act? The willingness to be who you are, regardless of what the outcome is? That's the important thing?
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Then don't hold back. That's why we say that the entire formula of acting on your highest joy is to act on your highest joy to the best of your ability, with no assumption, no insistence, no expectation of what the outcome ought to be. None. When you can act from the pure joy of acting on your passion for its own sake, the outcomes that need to happen will happen. You don't need to insist that they have to happen in a certain way and that if they don't, that something is wrong, that you failed. It's not how it actually works. Act from the pure joy of acting on your passion, and you will see that whatever outcome happens, even if it's not what you expected, It will actually be the outcome that will lead you in the next direction, will give you the information you need to help you learn to move even more fully in the direction of your excitement, no matter what it is. As long as you give it that meaning, you'll be able to use it that way.
Okay.
But if you define it as an obstacle, if you define it as an interruption, if you define it as something having gone wrong, that's the only way you'll experience whatever it is that happens. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Do you feel now that you can move forward and not be hesitant to act on your highest joy every moment that you can?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you afraid to do so?
I'm less afraid. I think I can take more chances.
It's not a chance. Watch how you define these ideas. If you define something as chancy, if you define it as risky in a negative sense, that's what's holding you back. The idea of acting on something, and it may not turn out to be the way you think it ought to, is fine. You've discovered something new, and you've helped other people to understand how perhaps they can go about discovering something, and now they don't have to take the path that you took because you've proven to them that that path perhaps doesn't work. That's a positive discovery. You understand?
Yes.
Many people on your planet have an easier time of defining what it is they do prefer by first encountering more clearly what it is they don't prefer, so they have something to compare it with. That's a positive thing.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Does this help you?
It does. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And by the way, that's what your guides would want you to know.